Annabelle because my first name is Anna, and at first I wanted to use like a completely different name as my stage name, but then my boyfriend, also like my biggest guru, suggested that it would be easier for me to have like at least part of my name in that stage name. So I was thinking, okay, what could I combine with Anna for like to sound good and be distinctive and not remind of like any other artists. So and by that time there was like this movie premiere of Annabelle, the scary doll horror thing. So I was kind of thinking like we do look alike in a way, and it's this like creepy factor to it, and it's fun. So I thought, why not? I would say I have like two pieces that make me who I am as an Annabelle, and that would be the yellow color that I usually just like dress up in yellow colors nowadays. Like even people started giving me gifts. They're all yellow because they just know I always look for yellow stuff. And that kind of just appeared in my head. I think like I kind of believe in these like, transcendental things. And so I think it like kind of popped in my head on purpose. But whenever I was just picturing my, visuals or like how would I write Annabelle, like what would the logo look like? I always saw something like golden or yellow and very like bright. And I really wanted to give people good positive energy with my music. So I think like yellow is really connected to that as well. So that kind of just grew over me, and now it's everywhere. It's everywhere, like it's too much. And the face tattoos that I'm wearing, that was like a funny thing because me and my boyfriend were like walking around his hometown, and I had a first gig in front of me, and we were talking about like why don't girls, wear these face tattoos? Like what is happening? It's just guys doing that. And later on I realized it's because when you put on makeup you hide them. So that would be useless, but I thought like why not make it a fun thing? Like a little prank maybe, just to get those like stick-on, tattoos for kids and just put them on my face. And I can use whatever I want anytime. I can change it anytime. It's not like I'm stuck with one tattoo for the rest of my life. And so these are the two visual things about me. I was always a musician, basically. I wanted to be a singer since I was a little girl, so I used to perform for my family. I always used to write songs, and then I was just trying to get better and better at it. I performed with some bands, and then I went to study to London, where I studied songwriting, production, music business, and everything. I left after a year, and like the rest is history, basically. So this song, it was created by me, Tom Oller, and Marcel. Basically, it started at a songwriting camp. We sat down, and in the morning, I said, I just want to write an honest song. Like I want to create something that is a very good song and is like the truth to my core in every way. So we just started with this like therapy session where I was basically just complaining about my life and everything. And the strongest thought or the feeling I had was the time theme, basically. And I noticed it's in multiple of my songs that I actually am afraid of time. It's like, I would say it's like one of my biggest topics, maybe, of my fears. So we decided not to be very or like too complicated about it, and it just became like the main lyric of the song. Feels like I'm running out of freaking time. So that's how it started, and then other amazing people jumped on it as well, and then we shot an amazing video and everything. So for me, this is like the most honest project I have done so far. I'm always trying to be honest, but this time it just like as honest as it gets. It's very important for me to write my own lyrics because sometimes I do get some help, but I usually don't really appreciate it. When, like, of course, when somebody has like a good piece of advice, I take it. But otherwise, for me, I love to choose my own words because then when I perform, when I sing it, I believe it because that's honestly what I would say. Like, if I would be explaining something to someone, I would use these specific words, and it's just how I like to do that. When I write with other people, we do have this kind of, I got used to coming to a session with a vision. Like I want to have a song about this or that, like this is the feeling I have, this is like the kind of where I would go with the production. So we start with the production basically, then I add some top lines, and then with like feeling the feeling of the production, I start writing lyrics that fit the top line that I kind of heard in my head. So they actually come last, but they're the most important to me. Well, for me, it's one of my biggest ambitions to get my project abroad. So this is a very natural choice. And that would be the biggest benefit for me because now there is like none of Czech artists really made it abroad yet. And I really want to be the first one. And this would be super helpful. So for me, my plan would be network, just getting to know as much people as I can and convincing them that I'm as good as I hopefully am. And yeah, so that would be like the number one thing. Well, it has a very pop rocky, pop punky feel. So we wanted to create a live performance with a drummer who is performing with me when we're playing live. He's also featured in the music video for this song. So that was like an obvious choice that he was here. And then the guitarist, my boyfriend and a producer of this track as well, helped me because he's amazing with his show many manners. He performed a lot in his life, so I think we could even see that during the performance that he's doing well. So yeah, that's the vibe I kind of wanted to send to the camera and through camera to the people, this like rocky life feeling, but at the same time using what I said about being honest and kind of just making people feel that emotion that I have inside of me, which is this like frustration and sadness and anger in a way. My biggest fear would be that I would get really fat of eating pizza. So that's like a danger in Italy. And the biggest joy would be to be able to perform in front of so many people for me and meeting the other artists, because whenever I was watching Eurovision, all of the artists seemed so interesting and exciting. And I was thinking like, what would it be like to actually, you know, be able to have a conversation with them? Whoa, I think, oh my God, what is my superpower? I don't know. That was so unconvincing. I think my superpower is I'm sort of a positive person. I like to laugh, so I would say that could be my superpower. I do listen to like New Music Friday playlists, so whenever there is like something new each week that feels very fresh and interesting to me, I just, you know, like it and put it into my songs that are in my library, and I can listen to it anytime. And every week is like full of new amazing songs. So I do listen to a lot of new music. But to be honest, like where my heart lies lately, I would say I really like Jaden. I really like, also like unexpectedly, Camila Cabello. Like it's not my style, but she released this song Don't Go Yet, which is crazy. And I kind of like fell for it, even though like I wouldn't listen to that. Also, I really like Rosalia, because she is very, very cool, and she made this like Spanish type of music really cool. It's just cool. I would use a different word, but I don't know if I can swear. Well, I would say I will bring energy and ambition. I really would take that responsibly because, as I mentioned earlier, it's like one of my goals to really push through the Czech borders and to bring Czech artists abroad. So that's something that I really want to make happen. And yeah, and hopefully energy and love.